Hmm.
So that still leaves me at the point of more questions than answers.
Sorry, I spaced out for a quick. Well, what was the last thing you said?
I said we're just left for more questions than answers. So, yeah.
As a complete side note, do you want me to roll the dice for my creature's health, or can I take the average on it?
You can take the average.
Okay, cool.
Max first level. Same as it
Gotcha.
was before.
Treat it like a regular character.
The monster stat blocks have their own prof added in. You have to go look at the CR table in the front of the monster manual, subtract the prof for that, and use your own.
Okay, so mine is supplementing it for theirs.
Correct.
Okay, I can do that. What was it? That's a 6.
So you guys want to have... You want to cut away the minutia by having more information available in the beginning, which I could easily... That can be done. Giving you guys multiple objectives, or either multiple objectives or multiple methods, that can be done.
Hey, while you're thinking on this, how big of a thing is crafting it?
I mean, it's manufacturing is not a common thing, but is a thing in like more modern cities, which is basically just say Perstia, the capital, and stuff like that. I don't think Driftweaver's Bay has a full manufacturing capacity, not for everything at least. Like printing press, it has that obviously, but they probably have some manufacture for armaments, bullets in specific. I actually have a video for a guy using his own whole chambering, crimping, gunpowder dropping in thing, and that's just one bloke. So imagine if you automated that with like a construct or something, it'd be super easy. But in terms of like craftsmanship, it's a pretty prevalent part of the culture still. Manufacturing can only do like rough stuff. So like, yeah, the crimping of a bullet, yeah, that doesn't need necessarily super fine work.
Right, Mom?
As long as you point it all in the right direction, you know, it's all good. But like getting like jewelry or artificery, no, you can't automate that.
Well, the reason I'm saying it, because like with such a crappy save, the main draw of the fire rune would be that you get bonus to crafting.
I mean, I would probably advise against it because how often are you guys gonna be crafting stuff?
Well, that's exactly the question.
Oh, I know. You look at
No, to me, crafting is a time-based thing, time that you guys don't dedicate to.
That's smart. That's smart that you put.
I know there's rules for it in D&D, but the thing is, it's just logistic. Like, both narratively and gameplay-wise, it just would be
Yeah, you have to name it.
tedious.
I think the eggs have.
Gotcha.
It would make sense in a setting where you can't buy these objects, but this is definitely a setting where you can buy most everything that you would need and such.
Yeah, well, very well.
So, yeah. What else?
Side note question: the tattooing tools.
And bring that shit back.
Sure.
What about them?
What would they be?
What do you mean?
Like, do I just add right tattooing tools in my inventory, this sort of thing?
Yeah. Put it in the tool proficiencies, put it in the tools. I would say they probably weigh about so it's closest equivalent in the tool section. Maybe probably cartographer tools really. Carry a lot of inks, implements of writing it. I guess it'll be a bit lighter because I don't need to carry paper. Let's see. Oh, calligrapher's supplies. Okay, so probably something a bit heavier than that. Alright, well, that doesn't help me, actually. I was gonna say in between calligrapher's supplies and cartographer's tools, but it's literally 5 and 6. So that is 5.5. There, we're good. It weighs 5.5 pounds.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and what would rune crafting be?
What?
What would rune crafting be?
Artificer.
No. Like, as far as, like, how would I go about getting my rune?
So who did they add anything?
I imagine the power probably stems from you. So in terms of crafting into your equipment and stuff like that,
In the old thing, I used to.
it probably wouldn't take that much. It probably would just actually be you carving it into your equipment physically, and then it would just sort of kick in. Call it immensely basic but near unbreakable artificery.
Sometimes things randomly go unconscious. And they randomly go unconscious.
And of course, since it only lasts until your next long rest, that would explain why it could afford to be so simple as opposed to other magical items which are enchanted to last infinity. More often than not. I will say this, your guys' first mission, I don't think is going to be an actual mission, not like an officially given one. I think it's probably going to take place inside Drifters Bay. Whatever it is, I haven't thought of it yet. I might still do a supplemental thing. I still am pondering it. I feel like there's still something there I could grab onto and work with. I just have no fucking clue.
It'd be quite exciting.
That being said, like, we're probably gonna have to spend a bit of time. Is Grace still going to participate in the campaign, or no? Fred, it's a fire not answer.
I think yes. She told me that she wanted to delay making a character because she can't.
Yeah, that's fair. Did she want to wait off until next week or longer than that? You don't have to answer that, but just like give me like what you would.
I'll send you a message later. I'll talk to her.
Okay, that's fine. Because if that's the case, then if let's say hypothetically, if she wanted to make it next week, I could spend a little bit of time during that to do the supplemental stuff with you guys. I don't have no clue what that supplemental stuff is, but we can do something for that. I want to do like interview stuff, but I'm not awake enough for that sort of shit, so maybe not that. I could message you guys in the week in between. That would definitely be clear, cut, and concise. And the beauty of text channels. I still have no clue. I'll probably ponder it. Not tomorrow because I'm working tomorrow.
Something
In
for future
recovery.
you.
Probably like Monday or Tuesday. What did I say? Oh yeah. So yeah, your guys' first mission. How I'm thinking the first session is going to look is that because obviously everyone can't finish their paperwork simultaneously. If that were the case, then literally every bit of bureaucracy in the real world would be so fucking nice. All those trips to the DMV, so fucking nice. No, that's not how the real world fucking works. It basically culminates down to waves, not like second wave of. Well, I guess the second wavers all have to go in collective waves, subwaves, to go finish their paperwork. And since literally not everyone can just go fucking fill it in immediately, some people have to wait a day, 2 days, 3 days, so on and so forth, to go to the respective office and fill out their paperwork and blah, 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 blah. This technically did happen in the first campaign, but I skipped it because I think I gave you guys 10 days in town before the first actual session or so.
Yeah.
We are not doing that this time. I say you guys, by whatever circumstance, be it luck, fortune, or whatever weird algorithm these nerds have at determining who goes first that isn't alphabetical, we're in the first day of people, etc., etc. And your guys' actual game time will probably take place as you guys are collectively finishing your paperwork. I don't think any of you know each other yet. I know there's been some talks of that, some shared backstory stuff. But collectively, you guys don't all know each other.
Yeah. Grace and I had some background overlap.
Okay, we were wondering about that. Fuck, that's what I forgot to do. No. I was gonna when we all got in the call, except you, I was gonna be like, all right, I'll bet one ability point, one, whether or not you guys would have any shared backstory stuff, or you guys would purposely keep it entirely separate.
Oh man, that bet hard.
Yeah, I was ready to have a bet for that. Fuck.
I'll fix these 13s. I want to do supplemental stuff. Like, I really want to do some supplemental stuff. Like, I was talking about it before, obviously. You guys can read all of that.
Well, it sounds like
an interview with Ignacio. That's your guys' head of personnel. No, he's the head of personnel. He's like your guys' director.
Oh, gotcha.
He's, in Rainbow Six terms, he's your six. Six being whoever's in charge. Director, captain, whatever. He is, in his own terms, he is a mortal archaeologist and cartographer, mapping out mortal natures, person to person, and figuring out how best to implement you all. The catch, of course, is I don't think the director would interview you all personally. That is, unless I cut down the Expeditionary Force size. Then I actually think he might interview you all personally. Oh, Tango. What? You want an interview, Tango? Give me a purr.
Kitty.
Yeah, you did.
Kitty.
So,
Stop.
I might do something like an interview thing for that. The thing is, like, I don't really know what that would provide. I was wondering along more realistic lines of he would designate you for additional training and stuff like that. And that's how you guys would get additional skills or increased stats or stuff like that.
Are you still there?
But I don't know yet. But just anticipate some supplemental stuff to other stats, ASIs, etc., etc. Don't know what yet, but expect that. I'll come up with something hopefully by Monday or Tuesday or something like that. But anyways, going back to it, yeah, you guys' first session will take place in the city. I don't know what it is yet, but it will take place in the city. And it will be on your guys' first day. So literally, you guys just stepped foot off the ships. It's like the morning of. Or I guess by the time you guys finish your paperwork, the afternoon of that day. So you guys have no clue how the city looks. You don't know anyone. In technicality, I think I'm probably going to hold what the initial expectation was for the OG campaign before it got shuffled around by, hey, there's sort of shit happening in the waterfront. That's crazy. Which is essentially was, you pick your team. And then, for whatever reason, you guys will pick each other, because that's how this group game works. You guys play as a group.
You're gonna work together.
Yeah, role-playing. My role-playing game, they should really put some fucking label on the front. Everything a player needs to create heroic characters for the world's greatest role-playing game. Yeah, not a big enough label. Thanks, Joe Cat. So, that's how the first session is going to look, and I think I'm probably going to tailor how the rest of the games, like the stuff we were just talking about, like objectives, information, backgrounds, and stuff like that. I think I'm going to use that as like I guess you can call it the testing for it, the trial run. You guys will meet Abigail and Varric.
It's your boy and gal.
Yep.
I think I'm done with my character sheet, except I need to fill in the details of some of the spells. But other than that, I'm done.
All right. I mean, to be expected. Yeah. You already got all the spells. Yeah, you're good. Ah, yes, beautiful mirror image. Great. Anyways,
That's the four feature you to deal with.
Yeah, well, I figured it's my responsibility to track it, so
Okay.
it shouldn't Crash didn't have to bother at all. So
yeah, well, the fact that we got to
'Cause
deal with
it-
that at all, it's like, it'll be fine. I'm kidding.
yeah, I have to remember that I'm the one who has to roll the fucking detail.
I mean,
Very
not that the
important
time
deal.
will go through or whatever. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Yeah, I'll use that first mission as like sort of like a trial run impetus to see how you guys take, both as players and as how your characters deal with it. Because if as players you're like, yeah, just give us simple objectives, but then you as characters are like, I don't want to do this objective. I have stuff with this. I don't want to do it. Yeah, then there's obviously a cognitive dissonance, sort of from meta
We got
to
an issue here.
mind. Yeah. So that is the catch. Again, I tell you guys this, like, have a reason for why your guys' characters want to be expeditionaries. Why expeditionaries in specific? There are plenty of opportunities to come here as normal colonists. There's plenty of opportunities to get money elsewhere in the world that doesn't involve going on a one-way ticket to the fucking edge of the known universe. On this mortal realm. So why be an expeditionary? Why be at the front of the edge wave? Especially when the Night of Tempest is a known event that got reported back to the main colony or the mainland. So there is a tremendous amount of not fear but concern about what if it happens again. All those political forecasters and whatnot are wondering, yeah, what if like the next, like, I don't know, 5 billion platinum we send out that way literally gets wasted down to, I don't know, 1,000 gold again. It's like that, right? Like, no one really knows. It could be an entirely failed venture. So yeah, why be out here? So yeah, ponder that. In terms of backstory stuff, if you guys want to have included, or if you guys want to include each other, obviously message each other and message me, so I know that this collusion happened in the first fucking place. Secondly, bring me in your backstories in general. Most of you have already done so, but yeah, do that. So that way, as I give the same scenario every time, if you put a very erroneous detail into your backstory, and then you build your whole backstory with this fundamental detail, which is wrong, and then I come in and be like, hey, this is wrong. Literally, I just shattered your entire backstory. Yeah, that's prevent that. Bring me in faster. Save us both some time. You guys know of the NPCs in town. If you guys want to include one or so, you can, but obviously message me. Because I know where all these NPCs already are. Yeah, I know how that works. I know where all these NPCs came from. I know exactly which province they were from originally in the homeland. I know. So if you're from, I don't know, the Exchange, and you want to hang out with Emil, I know Emil. He was a Heartlandic kid. The chances of that happening are pretty slim, even though they're next to each other. He didn't really
explore.
Well, he was born. Well, first off, he was born on the west side, not the east side. Secondly, like, he basically got shipped off from his family like pretty immediately. So it's a bit sad actually, but yeah, like it's impossible to have a million backstory if that were the case. Stuff like that.
Is he one of those situations where it's like the most troubled kids are the really happy ones, or the best comedians?
Basically,
Uh,
just like a Robbie Williams.
Not the guy without a leg, or is it someone else?
Robin Williams, Genie.
Shut up.
So yeah. Yeah, I don't really have much else on my end to ask you guys. I sort of left here with more questions and ponderings than definitive answers and methodology, so that's a bit of a shame. Oh well. But nonetheless, you know, you guys just have your sheets to finish up. Fred is done. I don't know where the rest of you are and stuff like that.
I'm struggling.
Okay, I was struggling between just some second guessing stuff.
Yeah. I'm on spells just now, so I'm getting there.
Okay. I'll ask this. Do you guys want to get to the main story faster, or were you guys content with just sort of just doing your own thing?
Is it a cop-out to say a mixture of both?
Wait, that's sort of counterintuitive. That's sort of like those are both like sort of opposite points.
Well, the problem is I don't know how far down one path or the other we went.
You all had multiple in your rumors and stuff. You guys all had like different strands to follow. So like, you guys met with the Oni when you guys investigated the doppelganger. Well, it's not a doppelganger. It's like a dire doppelganger. I don't know what the fuck to call it. The shape changer.
Big bitch.
Yeah, like you guys went down one strand of story, which technically never ended. You guys still could have met good old Oni Baba. Sandra could have been corrupted by the Blossom to be evil. Like, yeah. Like, there was a strand for all of them. No, I'm not saying you guys picked the strand every time. There were some, I don't want to call them red herrings, but alternate options. But yeah, like, it really, it can go on. Onibawa's probably gonna show back up, honestly.
Hey.
Fucking demon hag.
Crazy.
That's what it translates to. Onibaba. Demon hag.
Oh, really? No.
Baba just. Oh wait, no, Baba Yaga.
Did you know the Night Hag was actually initially a Korean legend?
I'm not surprised. Hags are really prevalent in Asian cultures. I guess in all cultures, anything but.
Yeah, you've got certain like Celtic stories, which is.
Yep, Russian folklore, Asian folklore, Celtic folklore.
Hags are the best. Indisputable.
Yeah, it's like that in like little people as well. They pop up all over the place.
Men and Dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that basically just based off of
It's a
dinosaurs, so,
shame,
people
you
take it
guys.
up
I wanted you guys to face the hag in the mini campaign, and that would have been crazy. But then you guys died.
We died in
Wait,
possessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a hag.
Rest in
So,
pieces.
that's right. You weren't there for the aftermath talk. Yeah. So those 4 wisps that you saw were servants of what I refer to as the Swamp Light Hag. Her name was Glismazis. And when Alice Ramafta was talking about an evil power that moved in about 2 years ago, he was talking about that hag. Now, Glismazis isn't crazy enough to have tackled either town. One of them is literally on the corpse of a dead god, which is the lake, which Ramafti was trying to like use its dark power for his own purposes. And the other one had a growing, awake, and alive, and relatively new fell god. That was the the forest town. Him and his 3 hunter sculptor assassin kill squad motherfuckers, like Predator style. And they would watch you guys while being a statue, and then it would be a hard perception check to notice that, yeah, when you guys walked past that statue, it wasn't turned that way.
Oh.
And it would have been like 180 degrees turned and looking at you guys. and then you guys would realize it, and then be like, "Oh shit!" We've been like some like weeping angels from like Doctor Who thing.
Yeah, I was getting some real serious vibes from that.
Yeah, it would have been great.
Oh,
All creepy and stuff,
terrifying.
and they would have been hard as fuck too. They would have been tough. So yeah, going back to it. Well, okay, I could at least ask this: do you guys want to do the outpost thing, or do you want to go like keep with the original of like we just keep going in and to and from town? This determines how frequently we have downtime stuff. Because obviously, if you go back to town after every expedition, you have downtime after every expedition.
I mean, we could do it episodically, or have a
The occasional downtime.
do like a bundle of things one way, and then switch it up and do a bundle of things the other way. Maybe part of that is setting up an outpost.
Well, that's
That'd
what
be
your
interesting.
guys' first official mission would have been. So yeah, the first mission in the first session in town. I don't think it's just gonna last one session, honestly. But your guys' first official mission would be to help secure the location, the area around where you guys would set up an outpost.
Okay.
We'll see. I'll dance around with it.
Oops.
I prefer the one that gives us more downtime, but I also feel like I'm mildly biased because I kind of took advantage of that all the time.
True.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
Because I do like the downtime, but I also quite fancy the outpost things. It's going to be like a bit different from the original. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I feel you.
Well, I think there's a way to get the best of both worlds there.
I think.
So if you think about like an outpost in the terms like of a military mission, they rarely ever send 5 dudes. Normally you send a decent amount and then they're divvied out from there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That way there's still that option to like interact and like learn, but like it's you get a select number of options. So you have like mini downtime, big mission,
Almost
mini
are
mission.
10 times